So, for anybody that didn't know but is a huge Wolverine fan, and if you are a Wolverine fan, you should have fucking known about this. But the next X-Men movie coming out is Logan, which is the third Wolverine movie. God, the first two sucked, but this one's actually shaping up to be something great. It's not only rated R, it's not only somewhat following the Old Man Logan story arc, but come to find out, they just released the new poster for it, which you're seeing right here on screen. But also they released a little bit of details. You see that little hand there? Yeah, it's probably X-23. It's a child's hand who also has the ability of having claws, but only 2 on her hand, while Wolverine has 3. And guess who that could be? Ha ha ha, hint hint. I'm looking forward to this. One, they got a really good director and writer this time around. They're taking it a lot more serious, thank God, because Hugh Jackman's been asking for that for years. The tone of it is going to be a lot different. It's somewhat following the Old Man Logan to a degree. Yes, they're adapting it and changing it instead of a basically end-of-the-world vibe. It's a dystopian vibe. And yes, it looks like X-23 is going to be in it, which thank God, because she is an awesome character with an amazing story arc that it needs to get out there to the general public, and they need to start bringing her into the X-Men world. But not just that. Like I said, the tone is a lot darker, different, and more serious, but they're taking the story that way too, not just making it look that way since Deadpool came out. But Deadpool showed to them that they could do a darker, more mature story, and they're running full force with it. And I'm sorry to all the people that like the X-Men movies, but come on, when Wolverine rips somebody apart, he rips somebody apart. You're not sticking 3 claws in somebody with no blood. And Wolverine ain't the type of person to say some PG ass shit. But this is shaping up to be something I'm really looking forward to, and Fox is really fucked some shit up with the last Wolverine movies, and God knows all the Fantastic Four and half the X-Men movies. But I think they're letting them do their own story. They're making it for a little bit less money than what they did the other one, so it gives them more creative control. And with the new news that it's X-23, and it's probably going to be the redemption story somewhat of Wolverine. Like, for everything he's been through, this is going to be to him, I think, his peace at the end of the day. And I think since this, Hugh Jackman has said this is going to be his last X-Men movie, or him playing Wolverine at all, I think they might even incorporate what is now the newly death of Wolverine into this, which could be making some epic shit come about from it.
Give me 1 second, I'm updating time on tablet for kids.
Well, I think it should be one of the better. It should be one of the better ones. I just hope they don't. I believe you had mentioned something before. I hope it doesn't end up like X-Men Origins, where they completely fucked over a certain character that we won't mention right now, because obviously we are past that now. And he got a redemption.
Hell yes.
So, I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to it, and I hope it's all gonna work out really well. It'll be really. I'm glad they are finally doing this. So, I think it should be more than X-23, because obviously, for those that have read comics, not Logan's only child.
Draven, that would be cool. They have a whole family in there, and as everybody knows, for the longest time, Draven tried to kill Wolverine and hated him. Well, how do you think that would play out?
Do I know? I think it would work. Because how are they portraying X-23? Are they portraying her as his actual daughter? Because that's not right. She was his clone.
Right, he just treated her as a daughter. In this one, I don't know that.
It was Dakin, or whatever, that was his actual son.
Yeah. So far, all I know is it's basically they said it without saying it, confirming it without confirming it. It's X-23. Now, as you see by the child's hand, it looks like she's super young. So I don't know if they're going the clone route, which in the comics, if you guys don't know, X-23 is a clone of Wolverine. but he treats her like his daughter and tries to. She's been through a lot, man. Her story arc is really good, and what she's been through is just downright dark and evil, and that poor child. And he tries to help her find her peace in life, and he treats her like a daughter. So he's been there himself. And what's gone on, like you said, with Dakin, it's kind of like his redemption through her. So it's his daughter without being his daughter. I don't know if they're going to go with the clone route, as you asked, since they haven't released that, or if they're going to say it's his own daughter. I know she's going to be a hell of a lot younger in this, since they're showing the hand of, like, what looks like maybe a 5 or 6 year old.
I don't know. I'm hoping they don't mesh the two kids of Wolverine stories together. I'm praying to Jesus they don't do that and fuck that up. That's all I'm hoping.
Yeah, I agree, because Dakin, like you said, I said Draven earlier, sorry, I fucked up on that one. But Dakin has his very own story arc, a reason why he hates Wolverine, a reason why he is the way that he is. Same with how X-23 has a reason why she is how she is. And
they're Japanese?
No, Dakin is half.
I know.
X-23, for those who don't know, let me give some backstory. X-23 was created in a lab by some of the same people who did the Weapon X program. They took Wolverine's DNA, or Mr. Logan or James Hewitt, however you want to call him, and went to make a clone, but one of the Y chromosomes was messed up. So a doctor who's heading the program took her own X chromosome, put it in there, and when the head of the organization found out, even though there was no way of saving the Y chromosome, they still blamed her. So for that, they made her carry the child as if it was their own. So it kind of, I mean, it has Wolverine's DNA, it has hers. It's kind of like a child of the both. So it's kind of like his child. It's not an exact clone, but it still is a clone of him, not his exact child. But he treats her as such.
Huh.
I think they're gonna go ahead and do the clone route, just for the simple fact that they have already pissed off enough fans with enough issues. As far as seeing another, air quotes, offspring of Logan's, I mean, we could see Dakin, we could see Solfus, Cannonfoot, Shadow Stalker, Fire Knives, what were some of the other? He's got a bunch of kids. All right, Gunhawk also is one of his children, I believe.
Some are not canon anymore, though.
So, oh, yeah.
Like him and Storms, that was an offshoot of What If, should we say.
Yeah. How about you eat a dick?
Hey, I'm not the one that made her go with Mr. Black Panther of Wakanda, okay? They changed that story, not me.
Yeah. Anyway, we could be here all day. But no, I mean, I'm just wondering, like you guys were saying, if they bring in Dakin, which he is the best known, of course that was with the wife, Itsu, right?
Yes.
Okay, I would see that they would probably do that route just for the simple fact that Wolverine, 2, was the one in Japan where he wanted to steal his regenerative powers.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I can see them taking that route and bringing him in just for that. Just be like, hey, the woman when you were in Japan, yeah, I'm her kid prepared to die, Indigo Montoya style. But anyway, I see that as a possibility for the movie to add a main bad guy. But at that same time, that's more so what I'm wondering about. Not so much as, are they going to portray 23 as his daughter, as his clone, as some annoying little brat he has to take care of, and of course, also setting up even more so for Dakin was the love scene of the granddaughter of the guy who tricked him there to steal his or daughter or whatever she was. I can't remember right now, my head's fuzzy, but it can be done and he could be brought in and it would be easy. Now the question is Fox going to have enough common sense to go, hey, wait a minute, guys, we pretty much already set this movie up, and we could just knock it the fuck down.
Yeah, especially with bringing in Dakin and having X-23, that can set up your universe going on without Hugh Jackman. You can have both of the siblings together because later on Dakin goes somewhat good, and you can have them both working together, carrying on the honor of Wolverine. Which, man, and just the deepness of, I like Dakin, but I think X-23 has the deeper story, to be honest, than just, oh, revenge because you were my father and you weren't there, then I was trained by some bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, she went through some shit, man. So to have them both there, Dakin has the experience, but she has the better backstory, and it could bring a lot more into it. I didn't even think about Dakin being in it until you guys brought him up. To be honest, that would actually make for a very compelling story for the movie itself, and let them have better stories leading on into future movies.